When uncertainty clings to the edges of dawn, do you ever feel the ache of questions rising before the sun itself? In this tender hush, violet clouds brighten, a soft awakening breeze strokes your face, and each sparrow's tentative trill hints that the world is rewriting yesterday's story. You are welcomed by the eternal refuge whose patient strength outlasts every nightfall, calling you toward a melody of gratitude, urging surrender of restless thoughts, and inviting trust that steadies your coming steps with fresh blessing. Lamentations 3:2-23. These mercies arrive new each morning. His faithfulness never dims, even when roads twist beyond sight. Which burden would you entrust to his care before the city stirs? What longing do you dare name in his listening light? Now, as your heart grows still, we step into the unfolding path set before you. Silence settles like dew across the windowsill, and you sense the subtle pulse of a world turning toward brilliance. A single shaft slips through the curtains, gilding ordinary walls with promise. It nudges you awake, not just from sleep, but from patterns of hurried thought that once eclipsed gentle faith. In this rising glow, time feels both fragile and expansive, as though God himself pauses to breathe warmth onto chilled hope, asking you to notice how seamlessly he threads night into morning. You listen, the refrigerator hum becomes a hymn, the street lamp's fading glow a closing benediction, the first motorcycle, in the distance a drum announcing possibilities. You linger at the threshold of this moment, realizing that awakening is more than opening eyes. It is the decision to recognize presence. Yesterday's dissonance still echoes, yet the air already hums with new chords. You remember that creation never sighs in resignation. It tilts its face toward light with indefatigable expectancy, and you are invited to align your inner horizon accordingly. Each inhale gathers scent of damp earth and faint jasmine, and every exhale releases stale stories that once defined you. Let the morning bring you word of your unfailing love, for you put your trust in him. Psalm 123:8. Trust is a doorway you choose to walk through. Love awaits on the other side. Unchanged by your hesitations, you watch dust motes glide like quiet dancers, reminding you that even the smallest particles glow when seen by dawn. So too, minor joys. Warm tea, the memory of laughter, the promise of a friend's message, glimmer when held up to this gentle brilliance. You gather them, stringing gratitude into a rosary of ordinary miracles. Your spirit, once curled like a leaf in darkness, unfurls. Each heartbeat becomes a drum, sending life coursing through veins destined for holy risk. Yet awakening also exposes corners you preferred unseen. There, tucked beneath ambition, resides fatigue, beside noble plans, a shadow of envy. Do not retreat. Instead, allow the light to trace every line, not to accuse but to heal. Like a skilled potter inspecting clay at sunrise, God searches for air pockets only to press them out. Ensuring the vessel will endure the kiln, you breathe deeper, offering imperfection for refinement, certain that hands which shape galaxies can steady your fragile form. Soon, responsibilities will knock children needing breakfast, deadlines awaiting signatures, traffic demanding vigilance. But now, linger. Let this early radiance tutor your perception so that later, when neon glare or harsh fluorescence overshadow softness, you will remember how true light feels. Warm, invitational, faithful. You resolve to carry a fragment of dawn within you. a portable sanctuary flickering behind your sternum, ready to illuminate boardrooms, classrooms, or crowded buses. As sun edges higher, a golden chorus floods the room, sealing this covenant between Creator and created. Today you will live attuned to revelation, alive to subtle whispers, awake to each opportunity sewn into the fabric of hours. You straighten your posture, not in pride but in readiness, and whisper a quiet amen only heaven hears. The day has begun, and so have you. The sun clears the horizon like a silent symbol, scattering rose gold sparks across rooftops, and you inhale their shimmer as evidence that generosity precedes every conscious breath. Your pulse taps a quiet rhythm of appreciation, reminding you that life is not earned coin, but flowing river. You stand ankle deep in its current, able to scoop reflective handfuls whenever you choose. The steam rising from your mug, the faint percussion of rain guttering somewhere blocks away, the simple privilege of sight. Each ordinary wonder invites acknowledgement. Naming these gifts aloud reshapes the morning landscape. Once a dull sidewalks brighten, digital calendars soften, and even the mirror greets you without judgment. Gratitude does more than list blessings. It rearranges interior architecture. When you whisper thanks for the H in your shoulders, you discover endurance pulsing beneath. When you bless the unfinished checklist, you uncover space for creativity to emerge. Hidden within inconvenience beats the drum of potential. Within disappointment lies unexpected tutoring for resilience. You begin to recognize that every stirring, pleasant or prickly, may be a wrapped provision, its ribbon waiting to be untied by praise. Like soil turned by the gardener's trowel, your spirit loosens, letting fresh oxygen reach buried roots. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of heavenly lights. 7 James 1:17. Gifts need not dazzle to be divine. Their origin, not their size, establishes worth. By tracing blessings back to light himself, you anchor confidence in a source that never flickers. Moments later, a memory surfaces, yesterday's harsh remark from a colleague. Instead of replaying sharp edges, you sift the exchange for silver threads, clarity about expectations, an opening for honest dialogue, a reminder that perfection is not prerequisite for being loved. Appreciation does not deny pain. It rescues you from captivity to bitterness by widening the lens until compassion enters the frame. You breathe slowly, letting kindness irrigate dry places inside, and you feel muscle knots release one by one. Now the city hum intensifies, yet your heart retains the posture of a skylark riding thermals, lifted by unseen updrafts. You decide to carry a quiet habit through the hours ahead at every transition. Doorway, traffic light, email send. Pause long enough to identify one gracious detail. A child's laughter in the hallway, the rhythm of keys beneath your fingers, the fragrance of midday noodles, all become punctuation marks in an ongoing hymn. Should shadows lengthen or voices clash, you will reach back to these notes like a musician finding the home chord, steadying dissonance with remembered harmony. As you rise from your chair, palms open, you speak softly. Thank you for what has been, for what is, for what will be. The words drift upward, lighter than steam, yet they return clothed in courage. Gratitude has expanded your capacity to receive, and receiving equips you to give. Attention, patience, helpful truth. With pockets full of dawn's riches, You step into corridors of possibility, ready to sow blessing wherever the day unrolls. The widening sky no longer blushes, but gleams pale gold, and you feel the shift from awakening to yielding. The early chorus quiets. Pigeons settle on telephone wires. Cars idle in distant streets, yet within you a deeper hush beckons. You recognize the steady presence of the Almighty, waiting with merciful patience for the moment you unclench ambition and rest your weight upon His open hands. Hesitation trembles at the doorway, questions still unanswered, plans half-drafted, but gentleness coaxes you forward. One slow breath lengthens your spine, and you admit that stewardship differs from ownership. Guidance flows richest where pride steps aside. You picture heavy bundles balanced across your chest, deadlines, family expectations, hidden comparisons, the subtle dread of not measuring up. One by one you slide those parcels toward Jesus, trusting they will not vanish into oblivion, but be reshaped into wisdom. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. St. Matthew 11:28. Christ invites worn hearts to exchange the weight of striving for the lightness of companionship. Rest is not an escape, but partnership with divine strength. As each burden shifts away, circulation returns to cramped fingers of the soul, and an unhurried rhythm replaces frantic drumming. The floor beneath your feet seems firmer, as though surrender has thickened the ground with grace. You sense that heaven's heartbeat synchronizes with yours whenever gratitude fuels dependence, and that dependence frees courage to surface without strain. Surrender does not mean passivity. It is the bravery to let love decide what blooms and what falls like spent petals. When wind brushes meadow grass, blades lean without losing root. So you lean into divine direction, trusting the sturdy design beneath. Control once felt like fortress walls, yet those bricks blocked fresh air. With gaps now opened, spirit wind moves freely, carrying seed ideas you never imagined. You glimpse tomorrow's possibilities sprouting in the fertile space relinquishment creates, and your imagination yawns wide, tasting flavors of destiny not visible from towers of self-reliance. Your perspective widens like a valley after a mountain pass, revealing rivers of purpose you missed while charting your own shortcuts. In imagination, you spread a linen cloth across a simple wooden table, laying upon it today's hours, meetings, errands, conversations, meals. You pray, shape each appointment according to heaven's timetable. The calendar stops glaring like a taskmaster and becomes a canvas awaiting color. Around the edges, you set relationships, some vibrant, others frayed. You ask God to mend, prune, or deepen them as He sees fit. Even the ache of past disappointments rests there, no longer hidden fault lines, but clay awaiting the potter's steady thumb. Unscheduled interruptions also find a place on that fabric, poised to surprise you with serendipity disguised as delay. Nothing remains clenched. Every corner offered. The quiet soon fills with assurance. You realize that surrendered ground transforms into holy runway. From it, faith will launch purposeful actions when the moment ripens. For now, you sit in still trust, letting kindness saturate marrow, preparing you for steady strides ahead. Morning light spills across the floorboards, tracing a gentle path toward the door. You will rise and follow, but you will carry this interior softness, evidence that yielding has produced spaciousness, that strength has grown from rest. and that God's whisper is loud enough to guide your every step. You leave the hush of your room and greet corridors washed in clear daylight, feeling how surrender now unfolds into calm reliance. Each step echoes a quiet affirmation. The one who lifted night's veil remains present in every corridor, intersection, and conversation ahead. You sense your pulse steady, not because circumstances guarantee ease, but because your vision has fastened on a faithful horizon that does not sway with headlines or schedules. Like a lighthouse rooted to rocky coast, God's character stands immovable. You navigate by that beacon rather than shifting forecasts of mood or market. A cool current of assurance slides through your chest. Loosening yesterday's knots, you breathe deeper, spine lengthening as dignity returns. Outside, traffic murmurs, yet robins thread their clear notes through engine rumble, modeling confidence. They sing before finding seed. Certain provision awaits. You follow their example, letting melody outrun evidence. You re-enter familiar routines, kettles whistling, inbox alerts chiming, but now they seem framed by invisible arches labeled protected, guided, secure. The hallway mirror reflects not exhaustion but readiness. Your eyes carry the glint of someone who knows storms cannot sever the anchor beneath the keel. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5-6. Reliance on divine wisdom reroutes anxious detours into leveled ground. What looked labyrinthine from valley view unspools into clear passage under heaven's surveying gaze. Soon, demands arrive as surely as sunrise. A message marked urgent. A child's forgotten homework, an unexpected detour on the way to work. Instead of tightening shoulders, you recall the cedar tree that sways yet never uproots. Flexibility coexists with stability when roots sink deep. Likewise, you allow plans to bend without fracturing inner conviction. You whisper, direct this moment, and attention sharpens. You spot an alternate route, a teachable pause, a neighbor's unspoken need. Because trust frees bandwidth, once hijacked by dread. Creativity blossoms where worry once sprawled. You notice small mercies, a driver's courtesy wave, fresh breeze through the window, and store them like smooth stones in a shepherd's pouch, ready to counter giants of doubt later in the day. Trust also tempers ambition with patience. Vision still burns bright, yet you refuse shortcuts that compromise integrity. You work diligently, but no longer worship outcomes. You aim for excellence, then release results to the master builder, who sees beyond quarterly metrics to eternal fruit. This posture disarms comparison. Another's promotion becomes shared celebration rather than threat. For you believe allocation of opportunity rests in scar-marked hands that never miscalculate. When afternoon shadows begin to stretch, you revisit the morning vow to let light within guide every response. You find it intact, glowing like an ember under ash, ready to flare with a single breath of remembered promise. Even if clouds mass at the rim of the sky, you recall that above them sun still blazes. Faith interprets gloom as temporary veil, not verdict. You finish the day's assignment with steady pen, confident the author writes larger chapters than you can preview. Evening will come, and tomorrow's dawn beyond it, yet the same unshakable presence threads through all hours like gold through tapestry. You smile at this realization, pulse slow and sure, and step forward. You lace your shoes and cross the threshold, feeling sun-warmed pavement greet each soul like a covenant renewed. A playful breeze carries frangipani and motor oil, reminding you that holy ground can smell of blossoms and boulevards alike. Every intersection, elevator, and corridor will form new stanzas in the praise begun at dawn. Movement itself becomes worship when motive aligns with heaven. Courage no longer needs fanfare. It resembles steady cadence, placing one foot before the other even when destination hides behind the next bend. Plans may shift, traffic may snarl, yet inner tempo stays sure because unseen hands steady your stride. Faith-rooted action grows from soil cultivated by gratitude and surrender. Because your heart leaned into dependence earlier, you now progress without clutching results. You scan today's agenda, project proposal, parent-teacher conference, grocery run, and picture each as a doorway for God to enter first. Before drafting the report, you pause long enough for guidance to surface. Fresh insight sharpens your argument, saving hours of revision. At lunchtime, an unplanned invitation to share a table feels like nudge toward kindness. You accept, discovering a colleague's silent burden and offering listening space that brightens her afternoon. Small yeses ripple outward, beyond your view. For you live by faith, not by sight. Said 2 Corinthians 5007, sight tallies probabilities, faith consults promises. By trusting what statistics cannot chart, you partner with horizons wider than current view. Brave obedience also respects pacing. Marathoners measure stride, breathe in 4-beat rhythm, and conserve strength for hills unseen. You adopt similar wisdom. Stretch shoulders, sip water, pause for 3 inhalations between tasks. Sustainable service outperforms frantic bursts. Rest woven into schedule protects zeal from fraying into resentment, ensuring each commitment remains truthful rather than performative. Even inconveniences, printer jams, delayed documents, become invitations to practice patience, polishing composure like river stones smoothed by flow. Afternoon light slants through office blinds in angled ribbons, reminding you that hours, like beams, are finite. You allocate energy with discernment, essential duties first, then supportive gestures. An encouraging note, a whispered prayer before clicking send. Progress may seem incremental, yet consistent sowing yields generous harvest when rain arrives. In this rhythm you discover unburdened freedom, the pressure to prove worth dissolves. Collaborative joy rises. You witness how shared purpose multiplies outcome, and thanksgiving flickers within like a lamp that never exhausts its oil. Evening traffic gathers, yet your pace remains measured. Headlights splash on wet asphalt like scattered stars guiding commuters home. You reflect on the ground covered, choices small in spotlight yet monumental in kingdom arithmetic. Gratitude swells, faith whispered, you answered, and dialogue continues. Unfinished lists are handed to tomorrow's dawn, confident mercy will meet them. With the final golden shimmer brushing skyline, you exhale a quiet amen, turn toward home, and feel the gentle weight of a day walked hand in hand with the one who maps galaxies and side streets alike. The sun now rides a flawless arc above towers and tamarind trees, casting bright ribbons across bustling streets, and you feel warmth spread through marrow like liquid amber. Morning preparation has culminated in this gleaming instant gratitude, still humming. Surrender still steady, trust still anchoring each breath. Light seems to pour from without and also arise from within, as though your chest were a lantern trimmed by divine hands during the quiet hours. You recognize that the finest gift God places in a new day is His own brightness, kindled in you to illuminate every path you cross. As you move through office atriums, cafes, or crowded buses, blessing travels ahead like fragrant wind. A gentle greeting transforms a weary cashier's posture. An attentive nod grants dignity to a colleague's faltering idea. A silent prayer drifts toward the stranger whose eyes mirror yesterday's sorrow. You discover that radiance multiplies rather than diminishes. Each act of kindness reflects fresh light back upon your spirit, weaving a golden loop between giver and receiver. Empowered by mercy, you bless not from scarcity but overflow, confident that the source never runs dry. Radiance also reaches inward, seeping into rooms of memory still dim, where regret once lingered. Beams unveil possibilities for restoration. Tenderness replaces self-reproach, and you notice long dormant dreams stir awake. Like sunlight coaxing tight buds to open, God's presence coaxes latent talents to unfurl. Creativity, empathy, strategic insight, each now ready to serve a wider tapestry of good. You sense that living by faith is not mere endurance, but vibrant participation in heaven's ongoing artistry. Hues deepening every time you choose trust over fear. Challenges will still arise, sudden critique, unanticipated expense, the ache of loved one's grief. Yet radiance does not guarantee ease, it guarantees direction. When clouds mass, you will remember the steady fire inside, and you will lift eyes beyond the immediate horizon. Certain brilliance persists above storm ceilings. You will walk forward anyway, mouth forming quiet benedictions, even as raindrops fall, confident that blessing glows fiercest against grey backdrops. Toward day's midpoint, you pause, maybe on a balcony, maybe beside a vending machine, and sense gentle affirmation. Well done for shining what you have received. Joy flares unforced, and you marvel that divine favor feels both weightless and substantial, like silk holding sunlight. Gratitude swells again, framing the heart in gratitude's bright lattice, and you laugh softly at the simplicity of grace receive, release, repeat. When afternoon tips toward evening, you will carry this gleam home, ready to kindle lamps of comfort for family and neighbor alike. But just now, breathe the promise that every step yet to come is already threaded with guidance, every conversation seeded with potential, every horizon rimmed with hope. You walk on, haloed by mercy that dawn awakened and trust sustains, convinced that today and every day presents new opportunity to live by faith and to glow with undimmed blessing. Sit quietly and notice how your heartbeat echoes the rhythm of rising light. Recall one moment when you received kindness today. Let thanks form around it like petals. Picture someone who dwells in shadow and imagine extending this same warmth toward them. Breathe in courage. Breathe out compassion. 3 gentle cycles. Whisper, may my life mirror dawn to every soul I meet. Linger in that intention, sensing subtle brightness settling on shoulders like a shawl woven of promise. Hold the silence and feel grace surround you,